Hi, my name is Randy. I want to document this first week of my conversion. This is just a few takeaways from our experience at Sar Shalom. And I hope this encourages someone watching who hasn't gone through this process yet. So I'm just going to highlight a few things that we didn't think about during our Paths to Faith video. You know, that was a live recording, and I understand what people are going through. There's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of thoughts, and after a week of being home, walking kind of a normal schedule, your mind slows down a little bit and you can reflect on some things, and everything kind of becomes a little clearer. So I just wanted to share a few things, maybe what you can expect when you go down for your conversions. I will tell you that going down on the plane, in the rental car, at the hotel, Thursday and all day Friday before sunset, there were doubts. I caught a cold, I think, on the plane, so I was not feeling good. My head was aching. I had a cough. I had the chills, and I didn't feel good. And I thought, you know what, devil, you're just attacking me, and that's okay, because you are aware of what happens when someone converts. So I'll take it. Let's do this. But I also had part of me that questioned my intent, my discipline to continue to pursue mitzvot and walking a disciplined life as a Jew in my prayer time and rapping tefillin and studying and davening, and there's just doubts. You just have doubts. I did anyway. So we get down there Thursday afternoon, run around a little bit, had a good time with the kids, drove around some, saw some sights, went to bed Thursday night. Friday morning, still not feeling good, but we drove around. We went to the stockyards and did some shopping. Hansens in our household are often pretty spontaneous. We don't particularly care or are good at staying on a schedule. So I think our first miracle of being in Texas was that our schedule was right on target. We made plans and we carried out our duties that we needed to do that day, and we were on time leaving the hotel. We were on time getting to our destinations. We were on time getting back to the hotel, preparing for Erev Shabbat, and we were even a little bit early getting to the synagogue. So that is a miracle in itself. Baruch HaShem. So what I can take away from this day, Erev, was from the moment that we got to Sar Shalom. Zake and Yigal was the first one to meet us in the parking lot. From that first moment, we were immersed in Judaism. When we walked in the door, we felt it. When we met the people in the kitchen that were preparing for the Erev meal, we felt it. When we walked in and sat down, saw the candles ready to be lit, we felt it. The conversations that we overheard, we felt it. The people that we met down there, beginning with Rabbi and Zakins, their wives, the other guests, the other converts, There was one couple there that were converting the following day. After ours, there was another couple that was planning on their conversion the week after. So we got to meet with some people there. I can tell you that and I'm sure it comes from the leadership down, the people that we met are absolutely 100% authentic and genuine, and they live a Jewish life. And I watched. I wasn't trying to be critical, but I'm a pretty good read on people. And they were genuine. And I thank them for that. They're welcoming. One of the first things we heard was, "Welcome home, your family." And we hadn't even converted yet. This is Erev Shabbat, okay? We hadn't even been through a service, a Shabbat service. That was coming the following morning. But we just felt steeped and immersed in this Jewish lifestyle. And that really set the tone for the following morning at Shabbat service. So we go home. We're kind of tired. Long day of traveling, preparing. We get up. We get to the synagogue on time. Another miracle. And we get seated. And we go through the service. And it's wonderful. Much different than streaming, guys. Much different. There's a presence there. The authenticity of the sound through the speaker system is very real, but the atmosphere is still genuine. It's not a show. You don't have feelings that wonder how earnest someone's intentions are when they greet you. You know exactly what to expect, and they deliver. They're very genuine still. So we go through the Shabbat service. It was a little emotional, honestly. It was kind of starting to hit home that this is our life. This is our worship service now. For real. I remember a time where it was time to bring your offerings up to the tzedakah boxes. And excuse me. And we've seen on streaming, we've seen husbands and wives go up and bring their offerings or their tithes up and put it in the tzedakah boxes, and the man covers his wife with tallit, and they stand there for a moment and they pray or pray over their offering, pray for each other, needs, whatever. And I just felt the need. I needed to go escort Jane. She was sitting on the women's side. Me and the boys were sitting on the men's side. And I went over and I escorted Jane. And we went over to the right side of the synagogue there. And I covered her and we prayed. And I remember just crying. We were both crying. I don't even know what I prayed. I think, I'm sure that our kids were on our minds, and life in general, and there was a feeling of thankfulness, I'm sure. But there was just a burden on our hearts. And whatever that was, I'm sure HaShem interpreted that. And we expect miracles, whatever those burdens were. It was an anointed time, and I think that's probably what I took away from that experience there. Then we went back, listened to the drash. It was great, as always. Rabbi, thank you. Next, we went in and we had oneg. We had a beautiful meal. The food is fantastic there, just so you know. You're not going to starve. And it is excellent food. Really good. So we did enjoy that. Great time, relaxing, good conversations, sweet people still. But we're still kind of floating. My attitude was, I know what's coming. I just don't know when, and I'm not going to ask. I'm just gonna go with the flow. So then we moved to the Mikvah house, and it's wonderful. It's a small house in a residential area, very clean, well kept. Rabbi and Rebbetzin both gave us kind of separate looks into the home, around the home. Rabbi explained how they built it, and you'll hear that when you get there. But a miracle. It's wonderful. Through the whole process of being shown the synagogue and the mikvah house, I've shared this with a few people since we've been back. All I sensed was humility from them. There wasn't a mention of any dollar figure spent, but only that it was a miracle of HaShem. Only Adonai put that together. They didn't brag. They didn't boast. They knew it was beautiful, but they also knew that God provided that. And I appreciate that. I've heard lots of stories where money comes up and it just gets awkward. It's like, I don't even know how much you paid for that. Why is it important to you? That was not the case here. They are just wonderful, humble, precious, kind, genuine people. So we go back inside, talk about the mikvah a little bit, explain the process, how to prepare, what to do. I went first. Followed directions and knocked on the door, let them know that I was ready. I went in and got in the mikvah. I did forget to take my contacts out and my ring. So while I'm in the mikvah, I hurry up and take my contacts out, and I just put them on the note, the laminated notepad that they provide you with, so you can read the blessings. So my eyes were really blurry. I couldn't focus on anything, as that's the case after, it takes me about a half an hour for my eyes to adjust. But they came in very discreet. They give you your privacy to some degree, but they do have to witness your immersions. But don't feel uncomfortable about being in that situation, because they are professional. They are very aware that this is a private thing that they do as a Beit Din. They do need to witness, but man, everything just went so smooth. They make you feel so comfortable. So I go through the mikvah and I get out, I dry off, put my clothes back on, and I prepare to go back outside, meet with everybody who are still waiting. They're just waiting for you, right? To congratulate you. Yay, it's a boy, they say, and they clap and everybody's happy. But before I went out, I got dressed. I was ready to go back out into the family room there where everybody was waiting. And something in me just felt like I had missed something, or that I didn't take in everything in that moment. And so I turned around and I kind of walked back toward the room that the mikveh is in and stood at the door. And I looked at that mikveh. And I recognized that that is the place that my old self was left. And I came out a different person. And I believe I did. And this week has given me a lot of reflection time. So I go back out, and Jane and I are almost immediately, well, of course, we wait for Jane to come out, and Ava and the two boys, Raleigh and Chase. I'm proud of all of those kids. Raleigh just has really stepped up. He's done such an amazing transformation of his willingness and his obedience. And he just, he just flourished there. All of a sudden, here's this young boy that's maturing right before my eyes. Things happen there. It's fantastic. So anyway, so Jane and I are immediately married under the huppah. Seamless. Sweet. The ladies just buzzed around Jane like a bunch of little birds, preparing her for her wedding. I was outside. We had both needed kind of direction on how to do this. We'd never been done. We knew it. We'd never been married under a huppah before. And everything was seamless. Rabbi was ready. Rebbetzin was ready. Milka was there. She recorded it. Gosh, it's just like, it's just, they are just a well-oiled machine. But they don't give you this atmosphere of an agenda or a time restraint. They just let things happen, but lead at the same time. And maybe Jane and I will do another video here next, and we'll kind of reflect on what we've learned from that conversion weekend and what we experienced our first week as Jews back at home. But I can tell you this to end, what you can expect when you go to Lapid for your conversion. You can expect everything that I've mentioned. You can expect them to be genuine and kind and loving and welcoming. They have prepared you as much as they can prepare you. And you have to do your own preparation in your mind and in your spirit on what you're willing to receive while you're there. But I can tell you this, after 45 years of being in all kinds of different churches, camps, seminars, retreats, this is, I think, probably my major takeaway from that weekend. No church could replicate or duplicate the experience that you're about to experience. A genuine Jewish conversion at Lapid Judaism at Sar Shalom in Saginaw, Texas, is unlike any experience you have ever had. And you will never experience that at a church. You can't. They don't have the understanding. They don't have the insights. They're not prepared. They don't even know what they're talking about, to be honest. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I can't say enough about how impressed I am with our new family back there. I mean, they are seriously the most wonderful people that we could expect to be associated with. And I am so honored that he is my rabbi and they are our mishpocha. You are in for a real treat. It was absolutely life-changing because HaShem is there. And when you do things Hashem's way, he can do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can ask or think. So we will continue to document our experiences over the next few weeks and share with you how Hashem is opening our eyes and changing our lives, the way that we think, and it will change you. It will change you. So God bless you. Thank you. I hope this is encouraging to you. And I'm really looking forward to getting Jane with me and having the kids come in and give some testimony about what they've been learning and feeling over this last week or so. So God bless you. We love you guys. Rabbi Rebbetzin, Zaken Yigal, Shoshana, Keturah, Zaken Rayford, Moshe, Corin. It was such a pleasure to be with you guys. It was such a pleasure. And I know I'm forgetting names. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging with us. We got there and we did it. And you have made it so real and so special. And I hope that everybody that decides to move forward with their conversions, that they would have the same experience. And I'm confident that you would. God bless you guys.